What's up, agents? The Werewolf Gaming here, back in action. Today we're gonna dive in with probably one of the most underrated global events that takes place in Division 2. The global event we're currently talking about, agents, is the SHD EXPOSED event. This global event basically flips the script. Every shot, every skill you use, basically lights you up for the enemies to swarm you. But with the right setup, you become the hunter and the hunted. So in today's build, we'll dive in and break it all down and give you a build that I think each and every one of you will enjoy. So let's talk about what makes the SHD Exposed one of the most dangerous and rewarding events in Division 2. Basically, when this event is active, agents get hit with a special modifier called Exposed. That means every time you deal damage, use a skill, or even reload too aggressively, you start building up SHD energy around you. Once that meter fills, boom, you're marked and posting all enemies around, making yourself a glowing target. But here's the twist, agents, it's not all that bad. The more stacks you have, the more damage you actually deal. So it's a constant battle between risk and reward. You can clear enemies faster, but you're also lighting yourself up like a Christmas tree. It boils down to this. To survive this, positioning and timing are everything. You can purge those stacks by taking cover, so basically cover to cover movement, or by melee hits. With that being said, agents, I do want to give a big thank you to everyone that continues to support me on the channel, especially those who always have something positive to say. I really appreciate each and every one of you for your valued time and continued support. As always, I'd like to give you a little bit of gameplay first, show you how this build works, how it performs. Then we'll go over the build breakdown, one of the many variations of different types of builds I have used for this event. As always, agents, these are just blueprints, things that I'm using. Not once I'm going to ever tell you it's the best build or that you have to use this type of build. I'm just showing you what works for me in my gameplay. Always take these builds and make them your own. Alright, agents, stick around. We'll go over this build breakdown shortly, and then I'll give you a little bit more gameplay for those who enjoy the gameplay.
Yeah. Get the fuck.
Charge transfer. Going to acquire the briefcase. It's all three priorities. There's a lab nearby. Shit. Make sure you put it out of operation. Charge transfer activated. Initiated. Excellent. I'm sending a team to charge compromised.
Grenade launched!
once home to flowing water, as evidenced by these images. At one point, the Martian surface, Martian exploratory craft,
All right, agents. So I hope that was enough gameplay just so you can see how powerful this event is, guys. It really is a fun event in my opinion. It does truly make you feel like a super soldier, and I enjoy it. All right, as of me recording this video, we do have currently 6 days and 2 hours left to play this event. For the starter show, well, one of the weapons I did use was the Sweet Dream shotgun. This is an amazing shotgun. As you can see, the core stats is 1.27 million with an RPM 70 and 8 in the magazine. Headshot damage 45% with optimal range being 13. I do currently have a weapon expertise of 12% in this gun. The max in the game is 30%. As far as the core attributes, they are fully maxed out with shotgun damage, damage to armor, and that third attribute is rolled to 10% damage to target out of cover. As far as weapon handling on this gun, the accuracy is horrible, the stability is great, the reload time is horrible too. The talent is what truly stands out. It's called Sandman. Melee attacks instantly kill non-elite enemies. So that's basically the purple bar enemies and the red enemy bar enemies. It does have a cooldown of 15 seconds. The mods are 15% increase in accuracy, 15% increase in reload speed, and 25% increase in outdoor range. You cannot change the mods on this weapon. We did go with the Lud high-end assault rifle. This is the name assault rifle. Just amazing assault rifle, guys, because of the talent. As you can see, it is fully maxed out as well. And I do have a weapon expertise of 30% on this gun. The core attributes are assault rifle damage, 21% health damage, and 10% damage to target out of cover. The weapon handling is pretty good on this gun. As you can see, the accuracy is great and the stability as well, with a pretty decent reload time of 1.84 seconds. Alright, the talent is what truly stands out on this gun. It's called Perfect Streamline. You increase weapon damage by 47% when those skills are on cooldown. Keep that in mind. You basically don't want to use skills when using this weapon to take full advantage of that talent. The mods I do have on this gun is 5% critical hit chance mod plus 15 rounds and two more 5% critical hit chance mods. Alright guys, so with this particular gear, the set we decided to use today, we did wear a 2-piece of the golden gear set, which gives us 10% increase in status effect and 1.5% armor regeneration. We were mainly going for that armor regeneration. The core attribute, we do have an armor core, and the attributes on this build, guys, we will be going primarily for critical hit chance and critical hit damage. Alright, for the chest piece, guys, it is the second piece of the golden gear set, which is the Hunter Killer chest. If you want to obtain this item, guys, you do have to take out those hunters. There are plenty of guys on YouTube on how to find and take out those hunters. As far as the core attribute, we do have an armor core, and again, the attributes was going for critical hit chance and critical hit damage. The talent is what truly stands out on this chest piece. It is called Perfect Intimidate. And basically, whenever you have bonus armor, you gain 1 stack each second up to a max of 10. Each stack increases weapon damage by 4% to enemies within 10 meters. So you have to be within 10 meters. When you get 10 stacks, that is 40% increase in weapon damage. And keep in mind, all stacks are lost when you do not have any bonus armor. Now, if you don't have this chest piece, guys, you can basically wear any chest piece you prefer and roll the regular talent Intimidate on it, and it will work just as well. The damage will be a little different. All right, for the holster, we did wear 1 piece of the Badger Tough set, which gives us 10% increase in shotgun damage. This holster is called Ammo Dump. The core attribute is basically an armor core, and again, we was going for critical hit chance and critical hit damage. The main attribute that comes on this name holster is it boosts your ammo capacity by 10%. If you don't have this holster, agents, I do recommend that if you do have a Picaro's holster, it will work great as well because it gives you a 10% increase in weapon damage as well, and also it gives you another armor core. So this is another great option I would recommend if you don't have the ammo dump holster. So for the knee pads, guys, on this build, we did decide to wear 2 pieces of the Bellstone Armory set, and that gives us 1% armor regen and 10% armor back on the kill. For the core attribute, we did have an armor core, and again, we was going for critical hit chance and critical hit damage on this build. I just really can't stop using these new exotic gloves. There are the Overdog gloves, just amazing, guys. Comes automatically with a weapon damage core attribute, and again, the attributes that come on it automatically are critical hit chance and critical hit damage. The talent is what truly stands out. It's called Weakest Link, and amplifies weapon damage by 30% to the lowest ranking enemy currently in combat as per tier hierarchy. So basically, you want to start your way to tier 3 and work your way up. Now, another great option for this event would have been the Bloody Knuckles exotic gloves. You can target form this on any area that does have gloves as the targeted loot. And basically, so basically in the countdown would work great. The summon as well, guys. Just set your targeted loot to gloves. So basically, whenever you're looking at your map, just find whichever location it is showing those gloves. These gear pieces and weapons do rotate daily, so you may not be able to find them right there, but you can always go to the summit or even the countdown and set your targeted loot and form for the piece. And the priority objectives as well do have a chance of dropping a lot of exotic items. Reroll until you find those missions that give you the guaranteed exotic items. So this is a great way to obtain exotic items in this game, and hopefully RNG will reward you with these gloves if you do want to use the bloody knuckle gloves and you don't have them. Alright, so the bloody knuckle gloves agents basically comes with the core attribute being a weapon damage, and again the attributes that come on it are either critical hit chance or critical hit damage. The talent is what truly stands out. It's called over the top. Damaging the enemy with a grenade or striking the enemy with a melee attack activates Seeing Red. Seeing Red grants 25% increase in weapon damage and 100% to melee damage. Seeing Red lasts for 20 seconds and has a 60-second cooldown after completion. So while in cooldown, damaging an enemy. So basically while it is in cooldown, if you damage an enemy with a melee attack or hitting an enemy with a grenade, it will instantly reset the cooldown. So that just makes you can keep proccing this over and over. And guys, keep in mind the event today encourages the melee hits because it will transfer to exposed whenever you hit those enemies with a melee hit. So those gloves were a great option for this build as well. Alright, for the backpack, we did go with the second piece of the Bellstone Armory set, which is the name backpack called the Liquid Engineering. If you do want to obtain this item, you can get it from name caches or playing in the dark zone. Core attribute, I do have an armor core, and the attributes that I do have on it is all critical hit chance or critical hit damage. The talent is what truly stands out. It's called Perfect Blood Sucker. Killing an enemy adds a stack of plus 12% bonus armor. Stacks it 10 times, so that's 120% bonus armor you will get for each kill, and it does refresh after each kill. Now, if you do not have that backpack, guys, you can use any other Bellstone backpack you have. You could have even went with the Perfect Adrenaline Rush talent as well, because whenever you're within a certain distance of those enemies, it will give you bonus armor as well. So those are two other options that are talents that I would recommend you use on the backpack, because you do need something that gives you bonus armor to proc the talent on the chest piece that you're using, which is the Intimidate talent. Alright, for the skills agents, we did have the Crusader Shield, just in case things got a little hectic, we can pull it out, and we did have the Revival Hive, just in case we went down, we had a second chance to get back up. Alright, you cannot have the seasonal modifiers active while the global modifiers are active, so keep that in mind. While the global event is active, you cannot have the seasonal modifiers active. As far as your weapon stats, we do have 1,267,336 weapon damage on the Sweet Dream shotgun with a critical hit chance of 58% with 129% critical hit damage. Headshot damage is 45% and armor damage is 12%. Alright, when using the Blood Assault Rifle, we do have 109,558 weapon damage with a critical hit chance of 60%. That is the cap as far as critical hit chance, with 129% critical hit damage. We do have 75% headshot damage as well. Alright, so if you take a look at all weapon damage bonus, we're sitting right there at only 37%. As far as assault rifle damage, we do have 15%. And we do have right there 40% shotgun damage bonus. Alright, so let's take a look at the armor. Right there, 1,664,493 armor. We do have 332,899 armor back on the kill. And we also have armor regeneration too at 41,612. So overall, this is a very balanced build. You do great damage and awesome survivability in my opinion as well. Alright, so let's take a look at the class specialization. We did go with the gunner specialization because it gives us so many perks. Basically, every third reload is 50% faster. Armor kits repair 100% armor and grants 30% bonus armor for 10 seconds. Alright, killing an enemy grants 10% armor back on the kill, and this is the only class specialization where you will have access to the Banshee Pulse. Alright, you do generate 10% of your total ammo capacity every 60 seconds. Party members will receive 5%. The rate of fire is increased by 5% after kills for 5 seconds. You do have increase in 10% weapon handling while not moving for at least 1 second. Alright, agents, don't forget to equip the correct weapon element to get your bonus on whatever weapon you're using damage. It does play a major part in your builds. If you like the build, let's give it a thumbs up. Thank you for your valued time and continued support as always. Stick around, agents, for those who like to see the gameplay. I do got a little bit more gameplay. And also, agents, I do want to point out there are 2 factors that I play a part in your build: your SHD watch level and your expertise level. Basically, agents, if your watch level is at least 1,000 you will be at the baseline of having, you basically have all the passes unlocked on your watch. So you'll be at the baseline of doing the same amount of damage as you see me doing in any video that I make. Now, the only other factor that will play a part in your gameplay is your expertise level. All right, agents, as always, thank you for your valuable time. D-Werewolf out.
Charge compromised. System protected. Activating charge transfer. Charge compromised. System disrupted. Charge transfer activated. Charge exposed. Charge transfer activated. Chain network exposed to melee. System malfunctioning. System restored. Agent charge compromised. Charge transfer activated. Threat exposed to melee. System disrupted. Gotcha. System reactivated. Functioning. Making good progress. Take it. Taking charge compromised.
Taking the shot.
Charge transfer completed. This must be the last of them. Take them down, Agent. Charge exposed. Charge transfer completed.
Lead out right here.
System curtailed. System go forward.
Tossing an EMP. UAV active.
Activating charge transfer.
Watch your side load. Don't let him blind you.
Charge exposed.
Visual here.
Charge transfer activated.
Stop and fight. You're not gonna survive. All day.
Area secure. Good work.